Hey everyone! Welcome to another episode of Renton Reflex. You know how there are those cases when certain movies practically come and go in their theatrical run, as if to say that they almost never existed? Well, this is a case in which, despite being booked in over 2,000 theaters, it ended up lasting in theaters for just 1 week, becoming one of the biggest box office bombs of all time. So, how bad is it really? Well, today, I'm here to tell you. The story takes place in a fictional land called Jamora, and it features two races of beings: the Lochni, which are reptilian-like humanoids, and the Norn, which are fairy-like beings. The Norn had been facing certain hardships, so the Lochni decide to take them in. Eventually, conflict arises, and soon enough, a war escalates among the two races. At one point, a Norn princess named Kyla gets captured, and our hero Delgo, who's a Lochni, not only has to save Kyla, but also stop a villainous Norn named Sedessa, all in an effort to bring an end to the war once and for all. To be perfectly honest, I just don't get what the people behind this movie were thinking, believing that it would have box office potential, because I personally felt very mixed about it. On paper, it seemed as though the idea had some potential, and it tried to have some whimsy and subtlety, but given how it was executed and put together, the movie ended up being not quite as imaginative as the idea lets on. The biggest problem is that this movie does not allow the audience to truly dive into its atmosphere and bask in it, given how stale the visuals are presented and how stale the story is told. Even with an all-star voice cast, it wasn't enough to save the stagnant dialogue, the uninspired animation, and the run-of-the-mill story. Not to mention that there are a couple of characters who turn out to be more obnoxious than funny. It almost feels as though everything were being run on autopilot, hardly leaving any surprises in store. Frankly, I feel this movie may have been better off as a direct-to-DVD release instead, given the generic quality of the final product. Unless if you're the kind of person who is the least bit interested in watching cinematic failures and learning from their mistakes, I would say that Delgo is pretty much a no-go on what to check out. On a scale between 1 and 10, I give this film a 5. It's definitely not good, but perhaps not too faulty to really call it bad. Thus concludes my review. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.